Hello students, good afternoon. This is Dr. C. Somya, Assistant Professor in Chemistry, SNS College of Technology. Today in this session, we want to see about the synthesis of the carbon nanotubes. Okay. So, what is the necessity to study the synthesis of carbon nanotubes? Carbon nanotubes is a nanomaterial which is used widely in variety of applications. Okay. So, it is very important to synthesize this and getting that product in a very sustainability or environmentally friendly manner. Okay. In this process, we don't get much that is byproduct or not such parts. Okay. So this is the empathy part first. Now we are going to see the general deposition method for the synthesis of carbon nanotubes. Right. So what is a nanomaterial? Can anyone say?
Any material arranged from 1 nanometer to 10.
Very good. So it is in the making of 10 to the power of minus 9 nanometer. Okay, the nanomaterial. So here you have a construction, that is you have a chamber. Okay, chamber which is maintained at a very high temperature. It's a vacuum chamber. What is a vacuum chamber? Vacuum means it's absence of air. Okay, you don't have any air in it. Okay, you have a vacuum chamber. It's a chamber which is maintained at a very high temperature of 1000 degrees centigrade. Okay, in this chamber, you are having a trough. Okay, these are the trough where you have the substrate. The substrate is the place where the carbon nanotubes will be go and condensed over there. Okay, it contains two different, that is either iron, cobalt or nickel catalyst to enhance the reaction. So what is the goal of catalyst in any reaction? They do not involve themselves in the reaction, but they enhance the reaction rate. Okay, so that's the role of the catalyst. Okay, here we are having two cylinders over here. They are present over here. The either methylene or acetylene. Okay, so what is methylene, acetylene? They are nothing but the hydrocarbons, right? Okay, so this methylene and acetylene is let inside the vacuum chamber. Okay, which is maintained at a very high temperature, and you are passing water. Can you tell what are inert gases? Can you tell? Yes.
Gases like neon or argon which do not react with other gases called emit gas.
Yeah, very good. So this neon, argon, nitrogen, these gases, yeah, the inert gases because they do not react with any other gases. Okay, but they are used to carry the other gases or the reaction products. Okay, so they are used in the reaction. Here we are having this acetylene. It is passed through this vacuum chamber where it is decomposed into, see, acetylene is nothing but CH triple bond CH. Okay, it is decomposed into carbon and hydrogen. Right? The hydrogen will be let out through the exhaust. The carbon, what will happen? It will condense over the substrate. Okay, which is having a catalyst, it will condense over the substrate, and if the nanotubes will be, carbon nanotubes will be formed. Okay, that can be separated, right? So what is the role of the catalyst over here is, you are having a chemical substance which is of solid. It is converted into vaporized form, volatile substance. It is converted into a solid substance. That is the product. That is the carbon nanotube which we are getting, right? So what are the different steps involved over here? The first step is, there is a vacuum chamber. You could say that. The first step, vacuum chamber. It is maintained at a very high temperature of 1000 degrees centigrade, right? What is the second step? We are using the catalyst, iron, cobalt and nickel used as catalyst. Third step, what is the hydrocarbons are sent into the vacuum chamber where the carbon atoms are decomposed at the very high temperature, that is 1000 degrees centigrade. And the next step, they condense the carbon atoms, they condense into the carbon nanotubes. Then next, you have some energy called the activation energy. For any reaction to take place, there should be a minimum amount of energy for the reaction to start. Okay, that energy is called the activation energy, and in this CVD process, it is classified into 4 different types depending upon the what type of activation energy is needed to activate the reaction. Okay, one is the thermal CVD. Thermal CVD means what? You are providing a temperature range from greater than 900 degrees centigrade. Okay, so that is called thermal CVD. Plasma CVD, it is the temperature range you are activating the reactant by using the plasma, which ranges from the temperature from 300 to 700 degrees centigrade. Okay, and next is the laser CVD. You are initiating the reaction with that of the laser. Okay, and next is photolaser CVD is nothing but you are initiating the reaction by ultraviolet radiations. Right? Okay, so these are the different types of activation and heat that is needed. And further, when we study about this chemical vapor deposition, there are two different types of chambers that is used to the chemical vapor deposition. Okay, we'll see what is this chamber. You have cold gun CVD and hot gun CVD. Hot gun CVD, okay. So this cold gun CVD, you are having a chamber, okay. The chamber wall is maintained. This is the chamber wall, okay. It is maintained at a very low temperature. That is, it is continuously cooled down, okay. But the substrate, the substrate that is present inside, it is heated for the reaction to start or reaction to take place, right. Hot gun CVD is nothing but this types of CVD, okay, where you have the chamber is maintained uniformly hot with the heating filament that is present. Okay, so you have the uniform heat that is present in the chamber. Okay, so this reaction is an example for a hot gun CVD. Okay, so these are the process for the synthesis of nanocarbon nanotubes. Okay, can anyone say whether it is, what are the different types of synthesis? Can anyone say? Yes?
Top down approach, bottom up approach.
Okay, so what type of approach is this? You are getting the carbon nanotube from small carbon atoms. Okay, so it is a bottom up approach. Okay? Okay, thank you students.
Thank you.